It's in the game.
The Sunflower State, the side of our class today, and it is poetic that today's game carries that moniker as the matchup between these two schools is better known as the Sunflower Showdown. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Kansas Jayhawks offense comes onto the field first today. Kansas enjoyed every single second of the Sunflower Showdown last time as the Jayhawks blew out the Power Cats.
It's so much fun. When you're the team that hasn't won the rivalry as many times as the other one, it's kind of been dominated by Kansas State. When you come out and you make a statement, like in-state, obviously, competitions, talked about year-round in the state. Nice to get a win in this matchup.
That was one of those wins, too, by Kansas that I don't think just got the...
Slips one guy, now he's loose. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Jayhawks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They are gashing this defense.
They'll go to the ground. Makes it past the marker. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Man, talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Dropping back, it's Addison. Fires to the big fella. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Stopped after a... pick up, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. It didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. And some room to work. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. The Jayhawks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. The give to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Jayhawks!
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a 3rd down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Kansas State Wildcats offense will have its first possession of the game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the pass game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
To throw, it's Godet. Throws for the tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Laporta. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And the Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease, it's Poole. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle, it's Adams. Brought down at the 28, a chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down. The Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming in.
Oh, it's picked off. Bringing it back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. Trying to take it back. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. This offense has it with really good field position. quick completion to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass, it's Gaudet. Looking for the score. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And down he goes back at the 3.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. Bounced off his feet.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get to you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage in predictable situations.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Ellington. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
That's a first down for the offense.
We've reached a break, and Kansas has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats.
Kansas 7, Kansas State 0.
So first down here as they go back to work. This is a designed run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Kansas and K-State have been battling for well over a century, many times sort of on the fringes of the spotlight, if not completely out of it in college football. But man, when they grab center stage, you realize just how intense it is.
It's intense. It's a fun rivalry. But here's the thing. Kansas State has really dominated.
There he goes. Smashes ahead. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red, inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
Deflected at the goal line.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away, it's a big time play.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. He'll keep it himself. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking for a man. It's Godet. Here's the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. He's looking to pass. Finds his man. It's Williams. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And the Jayhawks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Catch in the middle. It's Witherspoon. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
It's complete to the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
And the gamble pays off. Down in tight in the red zone. You go for it on 4th and short. You pick up the 1st down, and now you've got your whole playbook at your disposal. This offense, they're thinking 6 points.
The Jayhawks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Back to throw. It's Addison. Touchdown, Kansas! Quick strike through the air for the score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st. And the Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to get it through the air. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Kansas State will have to punt it away.
Number 16 in punt formation to kick it away.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Kansas offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got...
Turning it on! Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Rock Chalk!
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. A quick pass to the left. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grabbed over the middle. It's Adams. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Looking to throw, it's Godet. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Kansas State pushing the pace. Defense wants to bring the heat. Back to pass. Snags it inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Kansas State.
Let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Makes the catch. It's Williams. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking downfield on first down. Bringing the heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dropping back, it's Addison. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. And the Jayhawks will have it 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Jayhawks.
Number 6.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, so much to break down, from a spirited start to the Sunflower Showdown between Kansas and K-State. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. Whether it's Rock Chalk or Emaw, these two always deliver. As compelling an in-state rivalry as there is.
The Jayhawks will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Looking downfield, it's Godet. Caught near the sticks, it's Adams. Flying down the left side. The tag. Touchdown, Wildcats! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu. They're trailing by 10 to Baylor. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. First down and 10. They'll give it to him again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open, couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Here's the handoff. Past the sticks and still on his feet. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Jayhawks back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Rides the back on the option to give.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Got him downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Hold and fire complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to throw. It's Godet. Grabbed behind the line. It's Poole. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense got it. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Witherspoon. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Kansas.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point.
Kansas 49, Kansas State 14.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
To the ground with the back. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Rock Chalk! And they take it in for 6 more points. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Number 17, set to advance on the football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Power football with the run. At the 35, he's got room. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. So now it's 2nd and long. The running back has it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Lost one deep down the right side. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he ran over. Defense to take it in. Touchdown, Kansas State. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick hip on.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Zings it complete to the right. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10.
First down for the offense.
Back to throw. It's Addison. That's reeled in. It's Williams.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The Jayhawks come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, running back gets to give. Picks up the first down. He smashes his way through again. Touchdown, Jayhawks. He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin.
Number 22.
An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On the run, it's Poole. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Kansas has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
Kansas State, 21.
After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Wildcats can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. This feels like 4-down territory, third and short from the 40. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. And there will be no return on this one, and he can't get it out of bounds. The ball will come out to the 20. The Kansas offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys...
There he goes. Still on his feet. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Jayhawks in a good spot here with second and short. He leaves it with his back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Picks up 9.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big game, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Jayhawks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
To the air on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Caught by the tight end. Loss of 4. Brings up second down.
And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Leaves it with the back. Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Kansas State will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of...
Turning it on! Lowers those pads. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Yeah, and they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And the Jayhawks look to do some damage in the red zone. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
The Jayhawks will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
77, Kansas State, 21.
And he'll just take the knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Shields. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Wildcats come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They boot it away on fourth down. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Kansas offense returns to the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand.
Oh, he's got some space. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Of 16.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left. And the Jayhawks with the 1st and 10.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue! Cobra! Flex! Flex! Flex!
They'll run it from the gun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. The Jayhawks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. So Kansas fought and clawed and scratched its way to victory in the Sunflower Showdown, and they'll have the Governor's Cup and bragging rights after beating K-State. Thanks so